Hello, hello. Welcome to Underthinking, the channel where I don't think that I'm overthinking. I think that some people are just underthinking. This is actually my first main video. I did a little intro video a couple days ago, but this is my first main video on this channel. And if you don't know who I am, my name is Katie. I do have a main channel where I talk a lot about travel, living in a car, road trips, and lifestyle. And I've been doing that for almost 8 years. But I love talking about mindset and psychology and why we think the way that we do. And I'm such a curious and deep thinker that I wanted to start this second channel and just really talk about mindset, psychology, mental health, philosophy, societal ideas, why we think the way that we do, why other people act the way that we do, all that kind of stuff. And I wanted to name it Underthinking because sometimes people tell me that I'm overthinking when I personally believe that most of the time I'm actually just deeply thinking and I'm just really a curious person. And sometimes maybe other people are underthinking. And so that's why I wanted to name it that. If you really want more of like a deep dive on why I started this channel and why I named it Underthinking, I will link my little intro video that I just posted. I'll link it up here. But this is going to be my first actual video. You guys, this is very exciting. I really do want to start it off by saying thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being here. And I truly, truly, truly hope that you subscribe and leave me comments. I really do hope that we can all be really nice and kind and loving here and give each other some grace. But I would love to hear your comments, whether you agree with me or not. These are just my opinions. I do not expect everyone to agree with me, but I really do hope that we can all be kind and respectful in the comments. So in this little video, you guys, I don't know why I said little video. This is going to be like a deep psychological video. One of the things that I wanted to do first on this channel. I have a lot of notes. I have my phone. I have so many notes of ideas that I want to talk about on this channel. But the first one that I wanted to talk about is what I truly think that overthinking means. Because again, I named this channel Underthinking because sometimes people tell me that I'm overthinking when I don't think that I am. I think that I'm just curious. But there are some times where I do believe that overthinking is something that people do. And I just wanted to talk about that in this video. All right, so let's get started. I think that a lot of people nowadays, at least in our American culture and our society, I think a lot of people find it easier. I do think a lot of people chase ease. I think a lot of people find it easier to just blindly agree with whatever authority figure is telling them what to do, whether it's the government or a family member or their boss or an influencer on Instagram. I think that sometimes it's just easier for people to just blindly believe what other people say, to blindly agree, and then to not really think about it, especially if it already fits in with their narrative or if it already fits in with what they believed before that, And so some people just really don't like to question things. I'm just definitely not one of those people. I like to question everything because I'm really curious about why people act the way they do, why we think the way they do, And so sometimes when people tell me that I'm overthinking, I'm like, no, I actually think that I'm just thinking. I think that a lot of people in our society nowadays are actually underthinking or just not really thinking at all. They're just kind of believing something and then that's that. But anyway, so I'm looking up the term overthinking and it basically says, think about something for too much or too long. Here's the thing about that. What does too long or too much mean? Does that mean more than what society seems as normal or standard or deems as appropriate? Let's see something else. Yeah, to put too much time. They keep saying too much time into thinking about or analyzing something. Okay, here is more of a definition. I got this. This makes more sense to me. Puts too much time thinking about something in a way that it is more harmful than helpful. So basically, again, in this video, I wanted to tell you guys what I believe overthinking is, and that is exactly what I believe it is. I think that if someone is truly overthinking, that it is when they're thinking about something to a point where it is more harmful to themselves or the people around them, and it's not helpful. And so again, that's why in a lot of my videos or a lot of my Instagram posts or whatever, when I'm just kind of talking about something that really interests me or that I'm really curious about why someone's acting the way that they do, I'm not overthinking. I'm just thinking about something pretty deeply. But I definitely do believe that something can turn into overthinking. I don't know why I put it in quotes because that's actually what it is. I think it can turn into overthinking if it starts to hurt you and you're not finding a solution and you're not finding a way to really understand it. You're not finding a way to letting it go. You are just fixating on the problem and it's hurting you more. So that's what I kind of see overthinking as, where you're almost purposefully hurting yourself with the way that you're thinking about it. So for example, if someone breaks up with me and doesn't really give me a reason why, I am going to think about it so much to try to figure out why, because I'm a curious person and because I like to understand things. And especially I like to understand things in a way that if I can learn from them or grow from them or even work on myself because of them, that's ideal, right? But there's sometimes where someone might break up with me, for example, that I'll think about it and I'll just be like, why'd that happen? Why'd that happen? Why'd that happen? And there might never be an answer. Whether the person does not explain it to me, they lie to me, they ghost me, whatever. I'm just kind of using this as an example. But also, say for example, right, we're just not compatible. My head, I'm gonna be like, well, why? I'm curious, why? Why? And if I'm thinking that in a way that it's just helping me understand myself more, helping me understand the relationship more, and helping me learn what I can do to better myself in the future, I think that that is just a healthy level of deep thinking. However, if I'm doing it in a way where I want to hear why he doesn't like me because I want to punish myself, if I want to hear why he doesn't like me because I'm just devastated and I want a reason to be miserable, or if anything he says, again, I'm just using breakups as an example, but if there's a situation where anything he says is still not going to truly satisfy and truly make me go, oh, okay, I get it now, then actually trying to figure out the reason is not going to be helpful. You know what I mean? There's kind of like the whole idea of closure. Now I'm talking about breakups for a second. There's a whole idea of closure. And there are some like breakup experts who say that closure is kind of unnecessary and doesn't even really exist. Because sometimes we're like, we need to seek closure. We need to get the true reasons why. We really need to see that person and have them apologize to us and have them say that we did nothing wrong and all that kind of stuff. When in reality, if we do not decide that it is time to get over that person, if we do not decide and make a decision and make a disciplinary act of, I'm going to get over this person, this is over, whether I understand truly why or not, I know that the next steps are getting over this person and moving on with my own life. If we are not focused on that, if we're just like, no, I just want to see them one more time, I just need closure, I need this, then we are relying on external circumstances to change our internal dialogue, and that is rarely going to happen in the way that actually is helpful for us, or that actually works in the way that we want it to. And so something like closure more exists within yourself. It way less exists with someone saying, here's exactly why I broke up with you. Because they could even tell you exactly why, but if you have not made the choice to move on after that, then no matter what the why is, it's never going to satisfy you. It always, not always, but most of the time has to do with our own mindset and our own decisions and our own discipline. And so the whole idea of overthinking, if you are thinking really deeply about something, but you don't have the goal to understand it, you don't have the goal to fix it, to help yourself, to learn, to grow from it, if you don't have that goal, if your goal is just to deeply think about it to the point where it's starting to hurt you, or where it's starting to really confuse you in a way that is more harmful than good, then that I do think is overthinking 100%, because that's just more causing yourself pain. And I definitely do that too. But I just do think that sometimes when I'm thinking and talking about something because I'm really curious and it's not really necessarily causing me more harm, it might be something that makes me a little aggravated, but it's not necessarily something that's causing me more harm. And I do actually have the goal of truly understanding something and working on it, then that I just kind of think is thinking, but overthinking, I definitely do think is like adding the element of harmful or more pain than help. Because obviously sometimes pain can be really, really helpful, right? But when it comes to overthinking, if we have that pain, but we're not letting it help us, we're not letting ourselves learn from it, we're not letting ourselves grow from it, we are just in pain, we're punishing ourselves, we're mad at ourselves, we're negatively self-talking, that kind of stuff, then that could be more in the overthinking realm. So basically what I wrote down is when it causes you unnecessary harm or confusion or worry, and again, unnecessary is the key term there, because sometimes we do think about something that hurts us, but there are going to be some times that we think about it and we learn from it and then we grow from it. And so that pain is kind of like the pain has a purpose, which we can talk about that in a different video. Another thing that I wrote is what overthinking actually means is when you don't use what you're learning to grow from it. And so again, that's more if you are just taking in all the negativity, overthinking, ruminating on, I don't know why he did that. I don't know why he did that. If we're just using breakups as an example again, I don't know why he broke up with me. I don't know why he broke up with me. If you're just using it to fixate in a negative way, in an unnecessarily harmful way, then that could be where overthinking might not be very helpful. And that could be where it might be more helpful to figure out a way to learn from that experience, grow from that experience, and kind of focus on something else that could be more healthy. And again, that does not mean that it's still not going to hurt. You can use pain to punish yourself and to dislike yourself and to have negative self-talk or to have negative actions, or we can use this pain that we might feel in any aspect to actually grow from it. But again, a lot of the times that I get called out for overthinking, I'm not even in pain. I'm just thinking about something. And sometimes I just really like to explain things, or I like to be really curious and understand things and think about them from all these different angles. And so it's not anything that's hurting me. And sometimes it's not even a personal thing. It could be two strangers interacted with each other and I'm curious about why they did that. And so that to me is not overthinking. That's just being a curious person. So that's why I think those things are drastically different. And then the last thing I wrote on here is I think it could be overthinking in that negative way, right? Where a decision is necessary, but that we think about it so much that it causes more indecision. And so that's kind of the whole idea of like analysis paralysis, right? There are going to be some things that take us a long time to figure out, a long time to think about, and a long time to really come to terms with or to act on. But there are going to be times that we actually add on to that time because maybe we're scared, maybe we don't really want to do it, maybe we don't really want to get over the person. There's just a difference between I know what goal I have. So again, this could be whether it's getting over an ex, this could be starting a book, whatever this goal is. I know what this goal is that I have. So is what I'm thinking about actually helping, or is it taking me away from it? There is a really big difference between letting life dictate you versus taking control of what you can and you dictating those things, or you letting God dictate those things through you. Those are very different things. And so again, it is very different if you are just letting the negative thoughts happen and you are not allowing yourself, or you are not purposefully having these thoughts help you learn or help you grow, and you are just kind of letting life dictate you, where you are just miserable. And we all do this sometimes, right? But if we let all that kind of stuff happen and then we just ruminate on all the negativity is all we think about, and we let it hurt us without actually having a goal in mind to change it or to learn from it, then that could be where overthinking could be really harmful, you know? But that is just very different than being curious, than thinking about something, than thinking deeply, than wanting to learn about things and use it to grow. Those are just really, really, really different things. So I think that's going to be it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed, and I just appreciate you so much for watching this video. Seriously, I really do hope that you subscribe. Just click that little button right under this video. I really hope that you subscribe to this channel, and please let me know in the comments what you think about this channel, what you think about this topic, and also just any other topics that you might want me to talk about in the future. But yeah, thank you again for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed, and I hope that you have a wonderful day. Bye.